This is a Magic the Gathering card that you may have been playing with the wrong commander in EDH, but don't worry, we're going to get this all sorted out. This is a card called Shadowborn Apostle, and with the recent reprinting of this card and Thrumming Stone in Double Masters 2022, you might be looking to make a commander deck. But which commander should you choose? Let's first take a look at the Shadowborn Apostle. For 1 black, it's a 1/1 creature human cleric. A deck can have any number of cards named Shadowborn Apostle. Pay black and sacrifice 6 creatures named Shadowborn Apostle. Search your library for a demon creature card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Most of the commander deck lists that I've seen online and in videos have shown that players are using Atrios, God of Passage, as the commander for a Shadowborn Apostles base deck. Sure, on the surface, it makes sense to use Atrios if your goal is to try and get those Shadowborn Apostles back into your hand. However, I am here to make the point that the Shadowborn Apostles will actually give you more value staying in the graveyard. Enter my suggestion for a Shadowborn Apostles deck, and it is Jarad, Golgari Lich Lord. For black, green, it's a 2/2 legendary creature zombie elf. Jarad Golgari Lich Lord gets +1/+1 for each creature card in your graveyard. Pay 1 black and green, sacrifice another creature. Each opponent loses life equal to the sacrificed creature's power. Sacrifice a swamp and a forest. Return Jarad from your graveyard to your hand. So how's this going to play out? Well, obviously you want to get at least 6 Shadowborn Apostles on the board all at one time. Once you do, now you can sacrifice all 6 of them at instant speed to go and fetch any demon card from your deck. Personally, I love grabbing the card Ob Nixilis Unshackled as a response for when any player tries to do any searching of their library. So now we've got this big demon on the board. Once it gets back to our turn, that's when we're going to cast Jarad Golgari Lich Lord. With those 6 Shadowborn Apostles now in your graveyard, he's going to come in at a whopping 8/8. Now you've got 2 big beaters that can be doing combat damage to your opponent, both the demon and Jarad. But now we also have a backup strategy for winning, as Jarad has the ability to sacrifice other creatures and then make all your opponents lose life. But there are other ways in which we can take advantage of those apostles staying in the graveyard instead of coming back to our hand or the battlefield. All of a sudden, Mausoleum Secrets becomes a fairly decent tutor, as we can search our library for a black card of CMC 6 or less. A card like Grim Flowering, with 6 of those apostles in the graveyard, will allow us to draw 6 cards for 6 mana. That's a pretty good return. A card like Ghoul Tree will only cost 2 mana for a 10/10 that now Jarad can sacrifice and make each of our opponents lose 10 life. I'm really just kind of scratching the surface here because Golgari has plenty of cards that like to take advantage of many creatures in the graveyard. So currently with the reprint, Shadowborn Apostles, a little less than $2 a piece, which honestly, not terrible if you think about the cost of some of those really expensive EDH decks. And then Thrumming Stone, you only need 1, about $10 each right now. So you guys let me know, what other cards would be great in a Shadowborn Apostles tech using Jarad as the commander? Also, feel free to let me know if you think there are any other commanders out there that would be great for a Shadowborn Apostles deck.